Imagine being hospitalized with a serious bacterial infection and learning that none of the available antibiotics can cure it. Most of us assume that if we become sick, doctors will have medicine that can make us better. We trust modern medicine to protect us when we need it the most. But what happens when the medicines we depend on stop working? As a student interested in healthcare, I researched antibiotic resistance and discovered how rapidly it is becoming one of the world's most serious health threats. The more I learned, the more I realized that this issue affects everyone, not just doctors and scientists. Antibiotic resistance affects all of us because resistant infections can lead to longer illness, higher medical costs, extended hospital stays, and even death. If antibiotics continue losing their effectiveness, many medical procedures that we take for granted today could become much more dangerous and life threatening. Today, I will discuss why antibiotic resistance is a serious public health problem, how the misuse of antibiotics contributes to it, and what each of us can do to prevent and stop it. To understand why action is necessary, we must first recognize how serious antibiotic resistance has become. The first point: antibiotic resistance is a major menace to public health. Antibiotics are among the greatest achievements in modern medicine. Since their discovery, they have saved millions of lives by treating bacterial infections that once killed people regularly. They allow doctors to safely perform surgeries, organ transplants, chemotherapy treatments, and many other medical procedures. Unfortunately, bacteria are constantly changing and adapting. When bacteria are repeatedly exposed to antibiotics, some survive and develop resistance. Over time, these resistant bacteria grow stronger and become more difficult to destroy. According to a 2024 study by Nakavi and colleagues published in The Lancet, antimicrobial resistance already causes a significant global health concern and is projected to become an even now serious health threat by 2050. In addition, a 2024 article by Ho and his colleagues published in the Lancet Microbe explains that antimicrobial resistance is making infections increasingly difficult to treat and poses a serious challenge to healthcare systems worldwide. The consequences are alarming. Resistant infections often require stronger medications, longer hospital stays, and more expensive treatments. In some cases, doctors run out of treatment options entirely. If antibiotic resistance continues to increase, common procedures such as knee replacements, C-sections, and cancer treatments may become much riskier because infections could become harder to control. Now that we understand the danger of antibiotic resistance, let's examine how human behavior contributes to the problem. The second point: misuse and overuse of antibiotics accelerates antibiotic resistance. One of the biggest causes of antibiotic resistance is the way antibiotics are used. Many people believe antibiotics can cure any illness, including colds and the flu. However, those illnesses we mentioned are caused by viruses, and antibiotics do not work against viruses. When antibiotics are taken unnecessarily, bacteria gain more opportunities to adapt and become more resistant. Every unnecessary dose increases the chance that resistant bacteria will survive. According to Kasi, Ugamugi, and Singh in 2023 study published in Currencies, antimicrobial stewardship programs help reduce antibiotic misuse and can significantly slow the development of resistant bacteria. Now, another common problem occurs when patients stop taking antibiotics as soon as they feel better. Although symptoms may improve, harmful bacteria may still remain in the body. When treatment is stopped too early, surviving bacteria can continue multiplying and become stronger. Many people also save leftover antibiotics or share them with friends and family members. This practice can result in improper treatment and inappropriate dosing. Additionally, Hirsch and Fleming Dutra reported in the Journal Pediatrics in 2017 that responsible antibiotics prescribing and preventing measures such as vaccinations can reduce unnecessary antibiotic use. These actions may seem minor, but together they contribute significantly to antibiotic resistance. Misuse allows resistant bacteria to survive, spread, and make future infections more difficult and harder to treat. Fortunately, antibiotic resistance is not a problem without solutions. The third and final point, individuals can fight resistant bacteria, or antibiotic resistance. Although antibiotic resistance is a serious challenge, there are several simple actions individuals can take to help reduce it. First, only use antibiotics when they are prescribed by a qualified healthcare professional. If your doctor says antibiotics are not necessary, then trust that recommendation. Number two, always complete antibiotic treatments exactly as prescribed. Even if you begin to feel better, finishing the full course helps ensure that all harmful bacteria are eliminated. The third one, never ever share antibiotics with others and never use leftover medications from a previous illness. Different infections require different treatments, and what works for one person may not work for another person. The fourth one, practice good hygiene, regular hand washing, covering coughs and sneezes, and keeping wounds clean can help prevent infections before they start. The fifth one, stay current on recommended vaccinations. Vaccines can prevent many illnesses and reduce the need for antibiotics altogether. Finally, support antibiotic stewardship programs in healthcare settings. These programs help ensure that antibiotics are prescribed and used appropriately in the right way. According to Cosgrove and Srinivasan, in a 2023 article published in Infectious Disease Clinics of North America, antibiotic stewardship efforts have made significant progress over the past decades in promoting responsible antibiotic use and reducing misuse. Each of these actions may seem small, but together they can make a significant difference in preserving the effectiveness of antibiotics. As we conclude, let's review why this issue deserves our full attention. Today, I discuss why antibiotic resistance is a serious public health threat, how misuse of antibiotics contributes to the problem, and what actions individuals can take to prevent it. My call to action is simple. Use antibiotics only as directed by healthcare professionals. Complete prescribed treatments. Avoid sharing medications with others. And encourage responsible antibiotic use among family and friends. Antibiotics have transformed medicine and saved countless of lives. However, their future effectiveness depends on the choices we make today. Every time we use antibiotics responsibly, we help preserve these life saving medications for ourselves, our communities, and future generations. The next time you are prescribed an antibiotic, remember that your decision does not affect only your health, it also affects the future of one of medicine's greatest discoveries. Thank you.